We are Makilala TV, the first Filipino-American TV talk show in the New York metro area. Get to know us as we talk to the community leaders, innovators, advocates, and emerging artists who affect Filipino-American life.
For better or for worse, can you actually run a successful business with your spouse and still maintain a happy marriage? How about running two successful wedding and event photography businesses? Well, wedding industry power couple Glenn and Clarinda Maningas seem to figure out how to balance marriage, business, culture, and family. I'm Jen Fuhrer. Together with my co-host Rachelle Ocampo, we welcome you to Makilala TV. Our guest co-host is Lyn Chin. Lyn, born and raised in Oklahoma, is the head roller of Pinay Spring, a lumpia business venture. After graduating from Oklahoma State University with a degree in design, housing, and merchandising, Lyn began her career in retail and fashion design consulting. Our guest panelists are Glenn and Clarinda Maningas, the owners of award-winning wedding photography and videography businesses, MPW Media Group, and RedHot Media. Glenn Maningas grew up in the Philippines with his older and younger brothers and were raised by their parents who were grade school teachers. Glenn migrated to America in 2001 as a computer consultant for the government in Washington, D.C. When his work contract expired, he made a career change. He grabbed a camera and has been doing photography and videography for weddings ever since. Clarinda Maningas, the eldest in a family of four, was raised by a mother who was a teacher and a father who was an entrepreneur engineer. Clarinda was a law school graduate in the Philippines. For 34 years since she was 16, Clarinda worked in politics until she met Glenn, the man of her dreams, at a wedding she attended in Hoboken, New Jersey, where Glenn was the photographer. Lyn, Clarinda, Glenn, welcome to Makilala TV.
Thanks
for having us.
That's a good intro.
I wonder who put that there, a man of my dreams.
Well, Glenn and Clarinda, your story is the epitome of serendipity. Unexpected events brought you together. Is that why you work hard together to make, marriage and business partnership work?
I think it's more of having a common goal for the family and for the future of all of us. It's not that we have separate plans. I think in this, as a business and a family, you need to be together on a goal in life, so you're gonna be more successful.
It's like complementary. Like as a wife, it's your role like to support your husband. So in a business, that's all you need to do, to support him and to support each other and respect. When we first got married, it's like I look at things and I saw it's like, what's his weakness?
It's all a mess.
Is my strength. His weakness is my strength. Like, I'm organized, he's not. And he's good at marketing, I'm not. So like we complement each other. So I do the logistics and everything that taxes and everything, and he's the face of the company. And
to make it short, I'm in the front of the war and she's on the back part. So those
So
dirty things that I needed to be done, I'm gonna ask her to do it for me.
Yeah, but you just didn't settle in one business. You morph into a second one.
Yes.
So I guess it's working too.
It's
well.
working. It is.
I'm so
Thankfully, it's
happy.
working.
I'm
Yeah.
really
Well,
so happy for both
what
of you.
is that background story of creating a RedHot Media when you already had MPW?
It's just that I have my own brand and she wants her own brand too. So
Oh, how did that conversation
I
start?
think it's starting to have a conflict.
It's actually because a lot of our his couples, they love us a lot. Like after that, like do you do graduation? Do you do baptism? Do you do
babies and all those
birthdays?
Yes.
small
So
non-wedding
the smaller
events.
It's for years and years where they ask us, and that no, we don't do it because we just do weddings, and so now we have to have this. And then as I go into RedHot, I see like there's a market. Like the trend now is social media content. So I'm
So all the
slowly
influencers.
yes, and everybody needs video, photos, so they can post something like professionally done. So I see it now, and it's like a big market, and I see that a lot of videographers, photographers, they're slowly getting into the yeah.
Because Lyn is also a business owner.
Yeah, she knows it.
A budding
I'm
owner.
trying to be.
Lumpia later, right?
Yes. Yes. I'll feed you anytime.
I mean, the social media post, you have to.
Yeah, it's
photograph
actually takes up a
well.
lot of time.
Yes.
And then you get really picky about like lighting and angles. It's just, yeah.
Yes.
I'm definitely not as good as you guys at all.
But for any business owner right now, social media is a big thing. You can't be lax on social media. Here's what they say right now. Your website is just an anchor, but people will always look you on social media.
Yeah, especially Instagram, but it
Instagram,
takes
it's
so
really-
much
it's really
time.
big.
Like, it takes me like 30
Yes.
minutes just to say hi.
It's a lot of time.
You know, like to figure out, is it the right picture to post? Is it
Companies
the right
right now
word?
are hiring people just for social media content.
Yeah, even my sister, she with her social media consulting, she saw that there was a need. So similar to how you saw that there was a need for baptism and confirmations and website development, like she knew that companies needed type of people that she has to go
So
to.
how is the day like in the Maningas household?
You know what? It's a challenge. Here's the problem for professionals like us who work in the wedding business. We have no Saturday and Sunday.
Oh.
So if my wife is working on a 9-to-5 job, we will not see each other anymore.
Oh, so that
So
would
this
cause
is a big help
stress.
for us because we're rich in time. Because Monday to Friday we're just at the house watching TV, you know, opening emails, calling clients. So Monday to Friday is a big joy for us in the family. But we have no holidays and we have no weekends. So it helps a lot because if my wife is working on a Monday to Friday, that's a big
And
challenge.
you do destination weddings too, so since your wife works
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
what we
then you
call
go to
that's what we
travel
call
together.
workcation.
Ah.
Yeah, and not only
Yeah.
my wife, I bring my whole crew because that's
The
a
kids.
treat for my whole crew to go somewhere
You have
and
a
enjoy.
Filipino crew too?
We 100%
Yes.
Filipino crew.
100% Filipino crew.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is it all
It's
Filipino?
easier, and probably the work ethics of most Filipinos are similar. We're hardworking. We want to have fun. We dance on weddings.
Yes.
We party on weddings, and it's easier to manage the whole group. It's all Filipinos.
It's the company. It's what it stands for. Because it's my Pinoy wedding. So it's like you're showcasing the talent of Filipinos. We're very hardworking, you know that, and everybody knows that. And we go an extra mile with smile on our faces. So that's what we wanna like.
It's amazing that you take pride being Filipino.
We are, yeah, we are
and,
we're
and
so
you have
proud.
clients who are not Filipinos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the hospitality probably of us Filipinos, and the culture. It's really nice for us to experience different weddings, different cultures, and because we're hardworking aside from the art, and we're proud to say that Filipinos right now are on the top when you say it in the wedding business. If you will see all over the world, there's a lot of excelling Filipinos when it comes to the wedding industry.
Do you guys ever fight?
Yes.
Always.
Just on the way here.
Does it ever affect when you're like on location together at the same time doing a job? Or?
It will affect, but
Yeah.
you need to be professional and still do your
Sure.
job. Yeah.
So when you're working for him, for MTW, you follow what he tells you.
Yeah.
And then when you're working for her, doing
Yeah.
weddings.
So she's my boss.
And then
she
what
would-
about at home?
She's always the boss. She's always the boss.
Good answer. Good answer.
She's always the boss.
That's good. And I saw that you
No one
kids,
can argue on that one.
you got your kids to be involved too.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm starting to involve my kids in the business because I want to impose the value of work in money. Because if you will realize this, most Asians, probably especially Filipinos, we want to provide 100% for the kids, college, and all those stuff, right? But if you will realize this, you need to teach them what the value of money. So you
Yeah,
need
to
to
work
work
for it.
hard to get. You want an iPhone, work hard for it.
Yeah, I have 4 kids. My last one's graduating in high school, going to college. But he's always worked. They all always work since they were like they can work. And then the
Wow.
last one had 3 jobs, like a lifeguard in one town, a lifeguard in the other, and busboy. You know, and I probably haven't given him money for the longest time.
Wow.
But it's a good work ethic, and it
Yeah.
keeps them out of trouble too.
That's right.
I think that's an important thing.
It is,
that,
yeah.
Yes.
especially on weekends when you guys are working,
Yeah,
and then the
that's right.
teenagers, you're getting
Yeah.
them out and getting into.
Yeah.
I think that's a great.
Get them out of the iPad and the phone.
Yeah, I put it in the phone.
It's
But
Yeah.
is there anything, and like working together, like you've regretted that you've done?
I don't see
Okay,
anything.
you've done.
Like
Not really.
No?
I mean,
Not
no.
Come on,
Come on.
it's gotta be one.
Wait a minute. You're saying regretted work in the work or for us
Whatever
as
it
a
is.
husband and
I'll
wife?
take whatever regret. Yeah.
There's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of challenges that we had previous weddings, whatever, right? But we take it always as a lesson for us. And you know what the good thing for us is the group, all Filipinos, we say, hey, we made a mistake on this wedding. Next time we don't do it again. And hey, please remind me so we will know that we're making a mistake.
Wow.
We
What do you
are a
find
group.
as Filipinos, you're not
okay.
blaming each other. Nothing?
No, we
No,
are
no,
so
no.
good.
We're
The
happy
whole
at work.
family work as a group. We work hard to make a good output for all the clients.
Are you related to everyone at working?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know what? We just go to social media, Facebook. Hey, someone is applying for this position. We're gonna talk to them. And the number one character that we're looking for a team member is the teamwork. No matter how good you are, if you will not play good among us as a group, the whole group will be affected.
So everybody puts in 100%.
Everyone,
Yes.
110%.
And everybody needs to be happy while working. It's important, like good relationship.
And also having fun. You can't work 12 hours a day on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday if you're not having fun with what you do.
Yeah.
And
So I definitely felt and see that in even my wedding, when you were in charge, when you guys did my photo and video, like you took away so much stress. I trusted you 110%.
Weddings can be really stressful.
Yes.
Because your team gave also their 110%. So it really, just the smile, the warmth, and just, direction, telling us.
We say that we need to run the show for you. This is your
Yeah.
first time. You don't know what to do.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we just tell you what to do. Hey, go here, mom. Right now, you need to help the bride with the shoe and all those stuff, all the instructions.
How do you handle your contract is with the bride and the groom, right?
Correct.
How do you handle like parents, overbearing
Oh.
parents, and say, I want you to take a picture of us in this side or in
You
that
need to
side.
please everyone.
So you still
Yeah,
do
because
it?
weddings is a family event.
You-
And everyone probably you're gonna be only dressed up once or twice a year for regular people, and they want to be taking their photos really good. So you need to say yes always.
That's going the extra mile.
How do you deal with different cultures, different cultural weddings or different traditions?
During our first time, Egyptian, Italian weddings, it's all brand new to us. It's such an experience, but it is fun. But as we Filipinos grew up in our culture is always rich, also, right? And you try to adapt. And once you experience those culture, I'm saying it's a blessing for us to have to experience those kind of cultures.
It's actually a learning experience for us because we learn the culture of Italians and how the Indians do their weddings. It's very interesting. Like after a wedding, you get a lot. Like you
Do
learn
the
a lot.
clients give you resource materials, or do you go out and Google
yeah.
stuff?
During the
or-
first time, that's what we
Yes.
do. We go to YouTube. How do
Yes.
how do Indians do their 3-day weddings and all those stuff?
3-day wedding.
3-day weddings with the horses. So it's always different. The first time you need to learn it YouTube, and now we know everything.
You know everything.
So what's the wildest request a couple has ever had?
In my opinion, there's no wildest request as long
good
as it's
answer.
possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should say there are like cheesy requests, right?
What's the cheesiest?
But we always do it because it's your wedding. It's not
Yes,
my
it's what
wedding,
they want.
right?
So
And
you
that's
do
what
it
you
without
want.
judgment.
Sure, sure.
Yes, but
You have
still,
to-
you need to give your professional input because you're the professional, and you will say, "Hey, that might not fit on your wedding day, but still, if that's what you want, that's what we do."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you started the same day edit. Is that you the one
We
who
started
did
the same day
it?
edit here in the States, and it's from our invented in the Philippines from our friend in the Philippines named Jason Magbanua. And then when we adapt that style of same day edit being shown on the day of the wedding, it's really a game changer here in the States.
For those who don't know what same day edit is, what
Same
is-
day edit is the old days. You wait for your wedding video 2-3 months, sometimes a year. Now we develop this technique and
Before even the
teamwork
wedding's
that
over?
we show it at the end of the night. So you will have your own video at the end of the night to be watched by your family and friends.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but
It's not easy.
it's not
When we were like starting, we practiced for a year. So if we fail to show it at the end of the night, there's no pressure because the client doesn't know it.
we do surprise we
Oh.
surprise
You
them.
surprise
Because
them.
that is the number one challenge for doing a same day edit if you can finish it at the end of the night.
Yeah,
What if the
Yes.
client paid for it and you're not able to edit
Sure.
and finish
So
it
you
at the end of
spent
the
that
night?
time perfecting
So
it.
when we saw this in the Philippines the first time, and I was like, oh, I need to practice on how to do it.
Sure.
And I was like practicing for a year before I can execute a decent one. I failed like a couple of times.
Go.
But it's an unpaid same day edit. So
So they
Also,
don't
was you
know it.
surprised they didn't know?
Yeah.
How many times before you said, okay, we got it all?
maybe after a year, yeah.
Really?
It's
I
same
wish
day.
I was that customer.
I know. I wish.
Yeah, it's a teamwork for
It's a
you-
So like
Teamwork.
while you're doing the pictures, you giving all the JPEGs to somebody and
Correct.
somebody
Yes.
started editing it.
someone is sitting down, getting all the files, and starting to edit the movie, and he will be the director of the day. Hey, I see the mom crying. Can you give me that shot? There's a kid running on the field. Can you give me a following of shot on that kid?
That's
So
beautiful.
that's why he or she can finish the movie easily because whatever her or his vision is, it can be easily edited.
Okay. Well, going back to your relationship, your marriage,
Mm-hmm.
how do you? I mean, how many kids do you have?
We got 3.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
3.
3.
So they see their mom and dad working together.
Correct.
They're away on weekends.
Yes.
Do they come to the kids now?
There's a time if there's a wedding venue
Oh.
10 minutes from us, and someone hey, go to the wedding and watch us. Yeah. So
Well,
they have an idea what's happening.
So I guess they've seen it, so they don't feel
Yes.
like oh, we never have weekends because they're always working on weekends.
yeah, weekends are rare for us, but we have the winter season, right?
The
we
winter
have,
Oh,
season.
because
we have no
less
weddings on winter.
weddings
Oh, there's no
happening.
win- win-
Yes.
No, not much.
So-
not
Okay,
much,
so like
yeah.
you're in a schedule, so they kind of adjusted to that.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
I also stepped back. I lay low. I don't go as much as before to the weddings. Before, if there's like 3 weddings on that weekend, I'm gonna go to all 3 of them. Now it's like to one, only when I need to, and so I can stay with the kids because it's I know the growing years. It's very
Yeah, you
important.
need to balance it because
Balance.
on our business, of course, the more wedding, the more money you have. But on the other side, you gotta let go of your family
The
time.
balance.
Yeah, you have to balance. But I still do the organizing all the gears, manpower. But I stay
I know
behind.
you're checking out our studio earlier.
I'm looking at all of the.
All the cameras, the
yes.
lighting.
Yes.
It's good. You know what? I'm really, really happy for you guys that you found something that you love to do together.
Yeah,
And,
we're very blessed.
And you're growing. And I've met you 4 years ago, and you're still the same humble, hardworking person, happy. So you're gonna make me cry. But it's good to see people like that. It's
Yeah.
good to know
Mhm.
people. I'm very emotional today.
It's
But it's-
meeting people.
Yeah.
It's the best experience,
It's-
even in
and-
our business.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
witnessing them flourish,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
and
we
succeed,
can consider
which is
ourselves
good.
blessed and lucky because they say a full-time wedding professional, the failure is 70%.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a high
Didn't know
number.
that.
It's hard to make a living in this industry.
So how do you guys fight? Give me something.
Fight over the gears.
Yeah, I want to buy this. It's too expensive. I want to something like that.
Do you ever yell? You a yeller once in a while?
Once in a while, there will be chances that it might happen, but we always try to keep it, civil and it's always a
Not on the wedding day.
not on the wedding day.
So
yes.
no fights on the weekend.
Not fights.
No
That's
fights on the
basically what you're
weekend,
saying.
right, yeah.
I think everybody's trying to balance like a work-life
Yes.
balance.
It's
Do you have tips for other couples who are trying to, or maybe currently working together?
American life. That's hard to say, right?
Yeah.
Work time and family time. That's really hard. But probably what can I say is
Is there
always.
anything that you guys have like a rule that you have to stick to to work it
so
out?
what I do right now is I'm always telling her if there's someone we can hire to do this wedding for me, we're just gonna hire people, and she can stay at house with my kids. So in outsourcing too, this is a big help for our business.
Do you talk business at home? Well, it kind of like
Yes.
You kind
we
of
do, we do, yeah. 'Cause
Do
what-
you have a time? It's like, okay, we're not talking about
No.
business.
Right, right.
Wow.
yeah.
Really?
Impressive.
Talking about time, that's a good question. When we were starting, we're doing everything by ourselves. And what we do right now is we have managers in the Philippines who do the editing, layout, the graphics, and all those
really?
stuff.
Yes.
So we have a team back in the
Oh,
Philippines.
so you have a team in the Philippines?
We have a
with
team in the
oh my-
Philippines.
So
Yeah.
you really are my Pinoy wedding.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We are. We are. Yeah.
We're true to our name.
It's really is amazing that you embraced your heritage or your culture and not embarrassed.
No,
by,
we're proud.
and-
We're
and
proud
really-
being Filipinos.
That's
yeah.
very good.
So since you were pioneers of same-day edits, what's next? Like what do you look
that's-
forward to in 10 years from now?
Maybe technology will change, but the
Yes.
art of wedding will still be the same. Will still be the same. yeah.
Classic is it's
Always,
big.
yeah. Classic
Classic's
is-
always a hit.
So how do they? How do people find you?
It's mostly that's a good question. We never been to a wedding expo, believe it or not.
Wow.
We never
So
market
it's
their seven
mostly
wedding.
word of mouth
Yes.
and social
If your
media?
client is happy, word will spread, and especially tight families, the cousins,
that?
yeah,
Yeah.
they will be
have you done
calling
like
and
the
reaching
entire
out for it.
family?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Wow.
We
like
do, yeah.
all
We're
siblings?
even booking weddings where the mom is the one booking us. I've been to one client where I never met the bride until the wedding because the mom's the one paying for everything.
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Look,
Nice.
Or is it? Or not, depending on but it's my wedding. Why do you get to book all that stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's destination wedding. Before we close,
Yeah.
it's something that I've never been to. So, what are the do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts on a destination wedding is gears and camera, because restrictions right now on planes, even the batteries, even the drones. You need to
Right.
know the restrictions, or else you're gonna go to your wedding without your gear.
Does that ever happen? Like you
No.
lost a battery, or they withheld it at the
Batteries,
airport?
yes, they
So
held
you're
batteries.
able to buy it at,
Yeah.
at the
Oh
place.
my
That's
gosh,
good.
so stressful.
You probably have a lot of mileage. What
Yeah,
do you
we
call
do.
frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, but destination weddings, because we're so busy here, it's really rare for us to go on destination weddings. It's only that if we find opening on our schedule, which is mostly winter. So when it comes to the December, January, February months, that's where the slow season here on the East Coast is.
Okay, we're wrapping it up.
Oh,
But
that was
before we
quick.
do, like a quick few seconds that you want to tell your children, what is it that you think a good advice for them?
for the
For
children,
your, yeah.
know yourself, know where you came from, and be proud of it. Like the identity that we have in this, take pride in it, and everything else follows.
For me, it's always, as I said before, hard work, right? No one will be successful without a hardship. So you need to know the value of money and hard work, and that will go a long way for you.
What about anything to say, Lyn?
I don't have children. I don't really have advice for kids. But I do with Pinay Spring, one of my missions is for the younger generation of Filipinos who aren't really into Filipino food because they didn't grow up eating it. I want to show them how it is good and
It is.
to bring them back to their culture. So like you said,
Yes.
know your identity, learn your culture, everything follows.
There was one thing I actually wanted to ask is how has there ever been a time where you ever said no to a client?
You gotta answer that in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Really rare.
Oh.
Everyone has a vision. You need to give them whatever they want.
Wow.
You gotta make them happy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's your
It's
wedding.
their wedding. It's not
It's
our
one time.
day. It's
All
one
right.
time
Yeah.
for them.
It's
It's
one time.
work for us. It's
Alright.
it's a
You
memory
guys-
for them.
Good for
Yeah.
You guys are really full of positive.
Filipino. That's
yeah,
a
that is-
Filipino.
that
We're
is.
always
And that's probably why you're
smiling.
so
That's
successful.
why it's
Yeah.
successful. And I can't believe we're ending in that note. Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
That's
thank
it for
you.
our
Our
panel.
pleasure.
It's
Pleasure.
really it's as you said earlier. I'm really pleased and happy for the way
Thank you.
you guys have grown and expanded. Rochelle and I are honored to have all of you on our show. To take time for today to be on our show, and to our viewers, thank you for inviting us to your homes. We hope that you enjoyed our show and learned that life is all about balance. And as always, let's remember to be kind, be true, be fierce, and do things that tickle our hearts, and don't forget where you came from. So to the cast and crew, thank you, maraming salamat. Sa ulitin, until next time, here at Makilala TV.